What's up, YouTube? So today's topic, I'm gonna talk about how time speeding up every single month, week, and every year, how it's really challenging and how it's really hard when it comes to your daily routines, or at least according to my daily routines and taskings and all that stuff. So um, time speeding up is extremely challenging because the days have been accelerating so fast. And yes, if you're working, if you're going to school, it does go by quick. So if you don't like it, if it gets boring, then you're able to tolerate it a lot less, which is fine. But at the same time, if you're off from work, or if you have your off time, if you have your days off, and now you have appointments you got to do, you got to clean your housing area, you got to clean your car, you got to pay your bills, you got to do appointments and stuff like that. That's when it gets stressful because the days go by so quick. And it's like there are times where I've done a checklist where I've completed 3 things out of like 10 on my to-do list, and next thing you know, the day's almost over. And by the time most stores and places that I need to go to for appointments and errands, it's already closed, or I got to rush to get in before it closes because the days go by extremely fast. So I'm like, man, this is frustrating. Like this is ridiculous. Um, it's really annoying too, and I feel like I feel more drained, and I feel more tired. I think part of it is because we have an upcoming eclipse as of today, as I'm making this video. We have an upcoming eclipse. I think we're in the Mercury retrograde as well, and then you got time speeding up as well. So yeah, that's gonna make the average person extremely tired and sleepy. I was on Twitter, and then a lot of people are talking about how a lot of people seem very exhausted, drained, and tired. And I'm like, yeah, I thought it was just me because I've been sleeping a lot lately. I've been like taking a lot of naps, just been tired and just drained because of the energies, but also because I think it's because time is speeding up so fast. Because if you're constantly working, going to appointments, running errands, cleaning your housing area, just doing adult stuff, while time is speeding up, then yeah, you're gonna feel tired, you're gonna feel exhausted because you could do it for like a week or two, but or even longer, but if you're constantly doing it over and over and over again, trying to make money, trying to pay bills, trying to like do all those things at once while going to school, yeah, it's gonna be tiring, it's gonna be busy, it's gonna be exhausting, so it's very tiring. Um, so um yeah, so it's like life never rests, life never stops and pauses, life never sleeps like that. Life doesn't pause. At least, no, not life, but this society, because we're in a world where like everything is controlled by money, and then yeah, every human being pretty much obligated to do things out of survival because money controls our lives, unfortunately. But since life decides to speed up time, that's a huge issue because now people are forced to be at a constant state of stress and rush. People are sleeping a lot less because time is speeding up. So we're not really sleeping compared to back then, where like time was a lot more slower. We're actually taking naps because 8 hours today is equivalent to like 2 hours like 10 years ago. So and the reason why it's hard to tell is because society is still running based on time. So it's really hard to explain. Time is speeding up, but since clocks, um, and like the number times, all that is man-made. But the time acceleration, that's energy, that's the universal spiritual life, they made that. But when it comes to like time schedules, the clock, the numbers, all that, that's man-made. So that's why we can't really tell. But we're wondering why this time seems to be speeding up. A lot of people think it's because we're getting older. A lot of people think that's because of it's our electronics, stuff like that. I feel like there are some truth to it because we're constantly getting a lot of stimulation, and what's the word, those feel good hormone, those feel good feelings with the electronics. Yeah, that also plays a role. But I feel like from a bigger perspective, it's time speeding up every day. Now, why is time speeding up every day? I personally don't know, but I've heard a lot of theories. Because I've heard theories where like the earth is going through an ascension process to where a lot of people are healing, a lot of people are doing the healing work, or just the awareness. A lot of people are becoming more spiritually aware of like their healing. So that causes the earth to ascend. So that's probably why time is speeding up, because time is an illusion according to spirituality. That could be the case. Another case is that like a lot of people say that we're going to a different timeline. That's probably why time is speeding up. A lot of people are saying Earth is evolving, or or scientifically speaking, there's something going on around space, around the Earth, around the globe, or something like that. So that's probably why time is speeding up. A lot of people think is because of the Wi-Fi, the 5G. That's probably why time is speeding up. Different portals, or just there's a lot of spiritual reasons, but also a lot of scientific reasons. So that's one of the reasons why time seems to be speeding up. Which I don't have a problem with time speeding up, but I do have a problem is like if society is going to continue the way it is, then that's a fucking problem it is, because society is not aligning or matching up with the time speeding up. And because of that, there's a lot of tension, there's a lot of clashes, and there's a lot of resistance when it comes to the people, when it comes to life itself. Because if society, if these jobs, if these routines, what the average human being is doing in a society, at least in America, it's not aligned properly with time speeding up. This is why a lot of people feel rushed. A lot of people feel tired. They're more agitated. They're more drained. We're always at a constant state of even more stress. We don't have time for our personal self compared to back then. That's going to cause a lot of issues and problems, So that's how I view time speeding up. I definitely feel the effects. I feel tired. I feel drained. Chauncey One on his YouTube channel, he made a great point. He talked about how like because of time speeding up, it's easier for people to save money. It's easier for people to consume less. That means they're able to save up money. And it's also easier for people to be more disciplined and to focus on things that actually matter. So which is true. I do feel more disciplined because since time is speeding up, you have less time for your personal self. You have less time to really bullshit around, not even bullshit around, but more so have fun, like to actually explore life and enjoy life. Instead, we're too busy on setting up our appointments, planning, being on time, and getting results pretty much. So you are definitely are more disciplined with time speeding up. But I feel like it's also causing a lot of issues to where people are also becoming more stressed. They're having more anxiety. They're more drained. They're more tired because they're always in a constant state of rush. And because the society doesn't stop because everything revolves around money, it's just ongoing. It's like a huge hamster wheel. So yeah, that's going to cause people to become more tired and drained and exhausted. So if you're watching this, if you feel like time is speeding up, you're not going crazy. Like it's actually happening right now. And I feel like a lot of people are feeling the effects, but they just don't know what's going on, or they think they're going crazy. But there's a lot of spiritual and scientific reasons behind time speeding up. So in the early 2000s, like time hasn't speeding up ever since 2018. I know this because I was watching a spiritual video, and this guy was talking about back in 2018. He talked about time is gonna keep on accelerating up until 2018, up until on like on to 2018 ongoing now. So ever since I watched that video, I was kind of skeptical. I was kind of like, nah, he's just saying it. But then I realized, oh shit, he's right. Like time is speeding up ever since. It's just been ongoing since 2018. So, and the week goes by a lot faster too. It's Monday, next thing it's Friday, and once you're off work, once you're off of school, back then we used to have a lot of time for ourselves. Now we don't. So it's insane. So that's all I got to say. Have a good one. Peace.